Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 2 dropped over 7 years ago. Unfortunately, I missed out on it. As a new player that started in Chapter 6, I played Fortnite OG Season 1 and had a blast, but everyone told me that Season 2 is when peak Fortnite truly began. I've decided to jump in to see what I missed and what all the hype is about. To make things more interesting, I won't stop playing until I get a victory royale. If you missed the last episode, you can find the link in the upper right hand corner in the description below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and travel back to Chapter 1 Season 2 with Fortnite OG. Alright, so I'm a little rusty. No big deal. I took some time to train in creative maps and play casual games in Chapter 6 to try and increase my skills and have some fun. Now you're probably asking, House, did you need to be a cutesy cat girl to do that? No. But did it help? Maybe. So with some more experience under my belt, it's time to lock in and put in some work. And that calls for some new drip. Ta-da! Let's get it. Now I know dropping Tilted is the true way to experience OG Season 2, but there's a lot of stuff on this new map that I haven't checked out yet, so I'm gonna be branching out a bit just to shake things up. Maybe it'll help me improve my chances of survival while we're at it. I drop in towards Lonely Lodge and immediately this lookout tower is calling to me. At the very top, we snag a green SMG and a shield potion, and then returning halfway down we find another chest with a goddamn rocket launcher and some more slurp juice. I decide to chug this slurp just to see what it does, and it appears to give me shields over time. Nice. Some players are popping off in the foliage below me, so I decide to rain on their parade with my newly acquired artillery. And hey, we get a nice little tag. Time to follow it up and we secure our first kill. Nice. The other player takes shots at us, so it's time to descend from our lofty position to meet them as they try to approach us. A quick blast from the launcher chunks down a significant amount of their health, and they try to run, but some patience with my SMG scores me my second kill. We pick up a white AR, and I swap my SMG with a tactical shotty because I feel way more comfortable with that as my secondary weapon. I have to say, my loadout is really starting to look solid. We have max shields and lots of meds in case we get jumped. All I really need to be on the lookout for is an upgrade for my assault rifle, and we'll be... Oh. No. Nope. Get this thing away from me. We search the titular Lonely Lodge itself, and I find some porta-bunkers. Knowing how useful these things are in Zero Build from my previous games and Chapter 6, I decide they'll be worth bringing along in case of an emergency. Leaving the POI, I spot another rift, and we use it to rotate over to a different area I haven't checked out, Wailing Woods. The hedge maze in the middle immediately catches my eye, but by the time I get there, it's clear that the place has already been picked dry by the other players who dropped here at the beginning. As I rotate back towards the new zone, I take some time not only to keep an eye out for enemies, but also just to take in the ambience of this area. I have to say, I am really enjoying the feel of these POIs and biomes a lot so far, especially compared to the relative sameness of the OG Season 1 map. Like, this forest is so cool, and you don't really see any other POIs like this in other Battle Royale games that I've played, at least. To each their own, but for what it's worth, I think it's dope, and I'm excited to see more of the areas that have been added over time. I move back to the rift that I used previously to rotate towards Retail Row. We spy some people fighting down below, so let's see if we can say hello with Mr. Rocket Launcher. Another solid hit. We followed it up with a few shots from our AR, but it's not quite enough to take the enemy down. There are a lot of gunshots going on in the area at the moment. Now, I don't want to get pinched by two teams of baddies, so I decide to leave Retail Row behind me and move towards the fighting to the southwest. We find the battling baddies, and you just know I have to try and join in on the fun. After doing my best to aim with my white AR, I managed to successfully third party and take down the surviving player. I pass up yet another scoped AR, somehow miss this green AR like a doofus, and pick up a blue upgrade for my TAC. I don't want to stick around for too long, and with more gunshots coming from the west, I move that way to try and see what's up. Just as I'm about to leave, I see another player coming up behind me. I try to greet them him with a rocket, and we are now down to just 10 players remaining in this match. Another rocket misses, giving away my position as I try to take down the approaching enemy. We manage to get the kill, but I take more damage than I would have liked to, and in a panic, knowing other players are in the area, I start to chug my full shield pot, even though the enemy dropped minis. Whoops. It's small things like this that make me realize that I still have a lot of work to do to get comfortable with my item usage and the game in general. After some debate, I decide to take the blue burst AR, hoping it will serve me better than my white AR. And I also elect to leave the slurp juice behind, a decision that I'm sure won't come back to bite me in the ass later. We are down to 7 players left as I approach this factory area, and I decide to try and hop up on the roof to scout the area out. I make a misstep and the sound of a nearby enemy grabs my attention. I jump back up to see Baymax making his way toward me, so I use my shotty to let him know this is my house, and we send him back to the lobby. He drops a blue AR, which I swap for my burst, and once again take the high ground. As I'm looking around, I nearly get sniped from somewhere off in the distance. I don't see where the other player is, and I spend a good amount of time just trying to see where everyone else is as the remaining players in this match slowly dwindle down. We are getting down to the wire, and I'm trying to move more cautiously as I try to spot the enemies before they catch me off guard. I can feel the tension starting to build up once again, and as the storm begins to move in, I see the player that tried to snipe me earlier. I send out a warning rocket his direction, hoping to score some easy damage, but when that doesn't connect, I decide to use this as an opportunity to rotate in front of him in zone and set a trap. I still don't know where the other enemies are, but I cautiously bide my time until the footsteps of the nearby Nitros approach. I wait for the perfect opportunity, then spring my trap, but somehow get the kill with only 3 health remaining. Holy crap. I am terrified of one of the other 2 players jumping me at this point, so I begin to slam my shield potion, hoping not to get caught out. I then remember my bunkers and try to throw one down after my potion ends, only to accidentally swap to my AR, shooting the ground and letting everyone know where I am. Wonderful. I finally get the bunker down to... What? What the hell is this? A bunker for ants? I'm worried that I deleted the medkit the other player dropped down for a moment until I realize it's just under the ramp. I really could have used that slurp juice from earlier because I have no meds left by the end of this. This whole thing is a shit show. I mean, I accidentally dropped my shotgun for a green AR. It's not going well. I realize what I did, go back to pick up my blue tack before trying to compose myself. Alright, House, calm down. You can't let the craziness of everything get to you. The ring is moving in again, and I spot one of the 2 remaining enemies on a nearby hilltop. He's got quite the spring in his step, as he tries to scout us out and avoid being sniped at the same time. I sit for a long time and wait for him to make a move as Fort Day turns back into Fortnite. But as the zone is about to collapse again, I realize I am going to have to make a move. I swing wide around my mini bunker, trying to keep an eye on the hilltop player's movement. But the storm is right on my ass, so I have to go. I move up to the next bit of cover, checking my blind side briefly, and I ready my rocket as the hilltop player is about to drop. Unfortunately, nearby footsteps catch me off guard as the storm pushes up on my backside, and the other player gets the first shots off on me. I manage to throw up a full-size bunker to try and buy some time, but the other player moves quickly through the side door to finish off his kill. I have no choice but to try and rotate around the bunker and catch him off guard, but I make a mistake on where he is and get tagged with a shotgun blast. He finishes me off, and we sadly end the match in 3rd place. As frustrating as that was, I have to say I am proud of how far I made it in this game. That was a hell of a battle, and after the sting of missing out on the victory royale wears off, even though I messed up a few times in this match, I have to admit I did a lot better than I would have previously. I'm still growing, but I am enjoying the journey. So we did pretty well in that last game, but we still have a lot of room to improve. Unfortunately, we're going to have to call it here today for multiple reasons. Number 1, I want to make sure I have enough time to complete my 1,000 subscribers special Q&A video that I'm working on at the same time as I'm working on this video. That should be out by now, and if you haven't seen it, be sure to check that out. Number 2, I am making a special video for the end of Chapter 6, Season 1, where I look back at the whole season and give my thoughts on it, a full review. That will hopefully be coming right around the corner if I can get it edited in time. And last but not least, I wanted to try and see how it would be if these episodes were a little more short, a little more bite-sized. We'll still do a big compilation video at the end of the Season 2 OG series, but let me know if you like having a smaller, like 10 to 15 minute video for these episodes, rather than pushing 20 minutes. But without further ado, I'm gonna go work on editing those next videos. Be sure to give me your feedback if you have any for me in the comments down below. Thank you so much for all the support you've given me recently. It really means the world. And as always, make sure to eat well, stay hydrated, take care of yourself and those around you. And I'll see you in the next one, friends.